Okay, I have just started the recording. Okay, as always, I will post this in the information page, and I will share my screen. Okay, now I am sharing my screen. All of you should hopefully be able to see that. Alright, so this week, like I said, we'll have a look at what you had to do last week. There were a review of the answers. And more importantly, we'll look at the essay that you have to write. This week, you will start by writing an essay outline. Okay, so you will choose a topic, you'll write your thesis statement, and then, actually you've already done that, hopefully. You will choose the best thesis statement, though. Then you will use that thesis statement to write your outline. Okay, you did a outline a couple of weeks ago, so use the same ideas to write your own outline. We will quickly have a look at the introduction and conclusions review activity that you have to do, and the last sentence combining. Okay, this is the sentence combining 12. It's the last one. Yay. All right, and then there's a special announcement about a survey that the university has asked everybody to do about each class. All right, so again, as always, I will put the recording here. Okay. So, looking at the answers, okay, go to the folder, to the assignment, and the answers are actually in there, so let's do that. Okay, quickly open the file. Okay, wow, someone's already finished. That's pretty fast. Nice job, Ryoga. Okay, so download the file. Ignore that. That's about the survey you have to do. Alright, so the answers, as I said, they're in here. All you need, I will be grading from today, okay, so you'll start to see your grades coming in from today. Hope to have it all finished by this time next week, just in time to grade your essays. But these were the answers from last week's assignment, okay? Now, I'm not going to go through all the answers except to say, please have a look at what the answers were, compare them to what you said they were, and if there's a mistake, okay, if you have made a mistake, make sure you understand why you made a mistake, okay? You need to learn from your mistakes. And if you're not sure why, ask me, okay? Talk to me. Again, these were the not the mistakes, these were the answers from last week. And there was one activity you had to do. This one, the assessment review activity, which is also in the week 6 folder. So let's have a look at that quickly before we move on to what you have to do this week. Okay, I've done it as a Schoology assessment this time. I've used quizzes before, but we'll use Schoology this time. Just do a preview. Okay, this is what you will see. Okay, so to review the answers from last week's assignment, okay, this is question 6 on page 75. You can only do it once. Now the reason for that is because you should have already done it. You should have done it last week for your assignment. So this is just a check to see if your answers were correct. Okay, there's no time limit. You can take as long as you want. But you can see what the correct answers are when you're finished. Okay, so you start. And very simply, you just have to match. Okay, match the thesis statement on the left with the rewritten thesis statement from one of these below. And it's not that hard, you just have to drag and drop like that, okay? So that's it. I don't know if that was the correct one, by the way. Don't copy me. All right, and then you can review your answers before you submit, okay? And then after you submit, you will actually see what the correct answers were. So that's how you should check your answers for that activity, exercise 6. All right, so let's go back to what you had to do this week. Okay. First, now this is the important part, okay, for this week. You are going to write a 4-paragraph essay. And you need to write an introductory paragraph, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion paragraph. You're going to start with the introduction paragraph by choosing a topic, okay? And the way you'll do that is by having a look at 4 thesis statements that you have already written in the week 2 textbook assignment. It was on page 61 and 62 of your textbooks. Okay, there were 4 topics, and I've written them in here so you can see what they are. One was about exercise, one was about university study, one was about the internet, and the last one was about music. Those were the topics, and you had to write a thesis statement, meaning you had to write an opinion about each of those, all 4 of those. Now, to make a thesis statement, all you need to do is cross out the I think that part of your opinion. Okay? What is left is the thesis statement. So that is what you use to create the core part of your introductory sentence. What I mean by that is the most important sentence in your entire essay. It determines what everything else that you write should be about. So, pardon me. So everything else, the 2 body paragraphs, and everything else in your introductory paragraph, and everything in your conclusion should all relate back to that topic and to your opinion of that topic. All right, so I guess the point I'm making is that if you did this properly back in week 2, now it won't be that hard. Okay, you'll have 4 topics to choose from. If you didn't do this properly, you're going to need to have another look and maybe rewrite one of them, okay? But what you do is choose the one that you think is the most interesting, okay? Read it and decide, do you need to change it a little bit? You might need to, for example, add an idea. Remember, you have to have 2 body paragraphs. So you need to have 2 sub-ideas that are related to the main idea. 2 supporting topic sentences, if you like. Okay, so next, this is how you choose those 2 topic sentences. Topic sentences. Write your, let's start again. Read your thesis statement and circle or write down 2 topics that you need to explain in your thesis, in your essay. Okay, these are going to be your 2 topics, your 2 most important topics. Those will become your 2 body paragraphs. All right, now if you want to, this is a good point in the essay writing process of doing some kind of brainstorming activity. You could, for example, do a mind map. Write down your topic in the middle of a piece of paper, and then think of different ideas related to that topic, related to your opinion of that topic. Okay? Write down 4 or 5, and then choose the 2 that you think are the most important. Okay? And they become your 2 body paragraphs. Okay, so what you need to do for each of those 2 topics that you choose is write a topic sentence. Okay, now we did this last semester. Every paragraph must have a topic sentence, remember? The topic must have it should say what the topic is, and it should have a focus, okay? It should focus your paragraph. And that will determine what all the other sentences in that paragraph will talk about, what all the supporting ideas and what all the details that you include for those supporting ideas will say. Then, so you've then got your 2 body paragraphs. Okay, you've got a thesis statement to begin each paragraph. What you can do, well, what you need to do next, okay, think of an interesting title for your essay. Okay, your essay must have a title. Okay, so you know what your thesis statement is, you know what your topic is, you know what your opinion is, and you've got 2 ideas related to that opinion. So now you can think of the title for your essay. What should your essay tell the audience? Okay, what does your title tell the audience your essay will be about? That's the way you frame your title. Okay, so what do we do next? Write your essay outline. Now, use the example in the textbook, okay? It was described on page 64. You had to write an essay outline using the template that they gave you. Now you're going to write your essay outline, okay, for your topic using the template that I've given you here. Okay, so down below, here is the outline. Okay, for each of these prompts, you need to write in information about your essay. Okay, so write your thesis statement. Okay, that's the most important part of the essay. You've got to get that right. You have to do that first. Then write down your 2 main ideas. Like I said, brainstorm it. Make a mind map. Choose the 2 that you think are the best or most important. Okay, so you write them into the essay below, the outline, I beg your pardon, below. Then write in a topic sentence for each of the body paragraphs. Think of a few facts that you could add. Now, you should not be writing full sentences in your essay outline. Okay, just use keywords or phrases. All you're trying to do is create a frame, a picture, if you like, that has all of your ideas in it, so that you can come back and you can look at this and then you can write out your sentences, and it will have a good logical flow, and it will include all the information that you need to include to support your ideas. Okay, that's how the essay outlines work. All right. What do we do next? Okay, so as I said, add the facts or examples to support your ideas for each body paragraph. Each fact or example should have 1 or 2 sentences. Now that's in the final essay. You don't need to do that in the outline. If you want to write a sentence, you can, but don't write the whole essay out, okay? Finally, do research to get your ideas, okay? The best essays that I've read from students are those where the student has gone out and they have done some research. You've got the internet, use it, okay? You can use some of your ideas, that's okay, but you really need to provide evidence to support those ideas, okay? You can't just say things like, my hometown is wonderful because everybody I meet waves to me. Okay, that's a good example, but maybe you need to go and find some other facts to show why your hometown is wonderful. All right. So fill in the essay outline. Now you may not have this many supporting sentences, supporting facts. You don't have to. I've put in 4 for each body paragraph to give you enough space. You might only have 3 or 2 even. But if you're going to have less, you should provide more information to support them, okay? And finally, the conclusion. You do the conclusion last because the conclusion is really just your ideas summarized. So you've written all your ideas down, you've done your research, you restate the thesis statement that you put in the introduction, okay? You say it again, but a different way, okay? Then you summarize your main ideas, okay? So those 2 body paragraphs, and then have a final thought. Now, the final thought it must be related to what you've actually said in your essay, okay? In your conclusion, you don't introduce new information, but you can introduce your own idea of what the information you've talked about suggests, all right? So your final thought could be a summary, or it could be an urge. You could be asking people to do something, okay, or to think a certain way. Now, once you have finished this outline, then you have finished the assignment for this week. You can submit that. But as soon as you've submitted it, please start writing your final essay, okay? And your final essay will be due at in 2 weeks' time, so Wednesday the 24th of June. In next week's assignment, okay, next week's folder, there will be space for you to write your final essay. If you want to start writing, you can even start writing just underneath here, okay? So you can start writing straight away and just copy and paste it into next week's essay. Now remember, very important, use the proper paragraph formatting structure, okay? Your essay should be Times Roman or New Times Roman. It should be 12-point size font. It should be double spaced. Okay, it doesn't say that, but it should be. The first sentence of each paragraph should be tab indented, like that. Okay, the beginning of each new sentence should have a capital letter, like that one. And at the end of every sentence, there should be a full stop, like that one. A full stop, or an exclamation mark, or a question mark. Okay, but your sentence should end using some kind of indicator. There should be no line breaks. Should not look like that. Okay, a paragraph should run together. Okay, so that's it for the outline. Just a few reminders if you start writing your essay as to what the paragraph should look like. I have more information about this, which I will show you next week. All right, so as I said, when you have finished this, okay, save it and submit it. And hopefully by the time you submit it, I will have finished grading everything up until today, and then I can have a look at your outlines and give you some suggestions for your final essay. The last thing you have to do for this week, the sentence combining. Okay, you've almost completed all of them. This is the final one. Okay, they get a little bit harder as we go on, so these will be the hardest. But next week there will be no sentence combining. Okay, next week all you have to do is write up your final essays and do a review. Okay, a self-edit of those essays, which we will look at next week, and then you can submit them, and we're finished for quarter one. All right, so let's just quickly go back to the instructions, and this is something you should always do. Go back and check what the homework is for the week. Okay, so finish your essay outline. That's the most important thing for this week. Do the introduction and conclusion exercise 6 review. Complete the sentence combining quizzes 1, 2, and 3. Now, as I said, the university has asked all students to please do a survey for their classes starting on Wednesday, I think it was. So this is the link, all right? And what I'm going to do now is just show you the PowerPoint file that they sent out. Happily, they sent me a version in Japanese and in English. Look, I'm going to show you the English version, but honestly, I don't think it matters. It's pretty easy. You just go to that link I showed you and take the survey, all right? It's called the Course Reflection Survey. It's on Urobo.net. All right. The idea of the survey, basically, students should give feedback on the class, and the main goal is to try and improve the lessons. Okay, if I'm doing something wrong, then if you all tell me that I'm doing something wrong, I can change it and make it better for you. All right, have to remember this is the first time we've run online lessons for basically everybody, so there might be something which there is definitely things that we can improve. So your feedback will be useful in helping us do that. Now the answering period, anytime up until July. I would suggest just do it today, get it over and done with. If you want to wait to the end of the quarter, you can. Okay, that's the link. Now I've put the link in the instructions page. Okay, I'll show you in a moment where it is. There's also a QR code. Oh, whoops. QR code. Oh, I'll add the QR code to the instructions page as well. Okay, I'll add a screenshot of this so you can use the QR code. Red text. Wow, this is really sensitive. Red text. Please refrain from blaming instructors with no evidence. Basically, it says, look, if I have done something wrong, then I'm happy to try and fix it, but don't say that I've done something wrong without explaining what it is or providing some kind of evidence. All right. So when you go to Urobo.net, just log in using your normal username and password. Click on questionnaire and then click answer screen. There is an example here. Okay. So just log in as per normal. Click on questionnaire. Click answer screen. If you're using it on your smartphone, same thing. Okay. So if you use the QR code, you come in, click PC page, right? Then click on questionnaire and click answer screen. And away you go. That's it. One more time, Japanese version. Here you go. I'm going to let you read it because I can't. Urobo.net det and then kanji. Sorry. Okay. Next. 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 Like I said, I will put the QR code onto the instructions page as well. So you'll be able to use your smartphones if you want to. Okay, so I'll get out of that. Hopefully. There we go. That's the link. I'll put the QR code just below it and I'll save that in a few minutes' time. Now, I will stop sharing. There we go. Okay, so any questions about what you need to do this week? If you don't want to ask it now, send me an email, text, all right, and I'll answer it as quickly as possible. I am going to send out a class message just to let everybody know about the survey. When you get it, okay, there's 12 of you, just ignore it. You've already seen it. Okay, everyone, unless there's any questions, good luck. Please work, spend the most time for your essay outline on your thesis statement, okay? The thesis statement really is the most important part of any essay. If you get your thesis statement right, everything else in the essay will be easier, okay? Because then the thesis statement should be basically telling you what you need to find, all right? It'll guide you in your research. So spend time doing your thesis statement at the beginning and it will save you time later on. All right. Next week, also, I want to show you one more tip, one more trick, which will help you with your essay writing for the rest of your life, okay? It's helped me with mine. Okay, so I'll talk about that next week. Okay, that's it. Good luck, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay, stay out of the rain. It looks like it's going to be a wet week. Okay, I'll stop recording now.